Hello and welcome back, everybody, to Symphonic Rain. First of all, let me apologize here as well. Actually, I don't know if I have to say as well, because I just recorded Corpse Party and I don't know if I'm going to upload it first. Anyway, let me apologize here as well for the fact that I've been gone for such a long time. And let me also repeat that I'm back better than ever, as they say. At least hopefully. And yeah. Let's go on with Symphonic Rain. And from now on, no week-long breaks. So, if I remember correctly, we are invited to Torta's grandma. And we're supposed to play some music and eat some stuff. Now I'm up for music and eating. Therefore, let's do this. Disregarding the usual rain, I hurried toward Torta's house. The district with the house I was headed for was situated right next to the student apartments. There were many very old, solitary houses in the area, and Ninna's house, which she borrowed second-hand when she moved here, was no exception. It was surprisingly close to my apartment, so it only took about 5 minutes by foot. I walked toward a relatively large building at the other end of the narrow alley. Why does an old woman need a big house? Questions of life. Oh! That actually looks kinda cool, not gonna lie. I mean, like the little things that you're wearing around your neck, like, you know, the things you usually need to you know, when you're wearing trunks, you know, like the jogging trunks. Do you call them that in English? I don't know, and I don't suppose you do. But you know, you usually tie them together to hold up your trunks. And she is wearing that around her neck, which is weird. She could make like a little tie out of it though. That would be... Torta was all smiles as she greeted me at the entrance. Thanks for having me. I set foot into a room that gave off a familiar scent. Every time I entered this household, I was flooded with a feeling of nostalgia. The sound of a creaking chair could be heard as Ninna spoke to me. Yes, it has been quite a while. Ninna faced me while rocking slowly in a bentwood chair. Oh, don't tell me you're the grandma out of Heidi. You're in a cracking chair? And because your eyes are not open, I assume you're blind? You're a grandma? I guess visually you look different. But goddammit, no, don't be the grandma of Heidi. I can't deal with so many emotions, you know, like old people and blindness and suffering and I don't know. No good for my feelings. Okay. I did as I was told and grasped the deeply wrinkled hand lying dormant on the armrest. It has only been half a year since then, Mrs. Fine. I do not grow that fast. She told me with a gentle voice and looked me in the eye. Or rather, she attempted to look me in the eye. Her narrow, barely opened irises were clouded, and she was almost unable to see anything nowadays. A very long time ago, I called her Granny, just as Torta still did. Ninna talked about it as though that was only yesterday. Being treated like that wasn't unpleasant at all. But being treated like a child was starting to feel a little awkward now that I was at an age where I was expected to show courtesy to seniors. In any case, it has been a long time. If my abilities will suffice. I cannot guarantee that. Also, you should practice more, just saying. Torta, that was uncalled for. Well, thanks.
相変わらずだね。
言った通りでしょ。
トルタもね。 クリスの前だとどうしてそうも突っかかるのかね。
おばあちゃん。
ほら、今日は何を聞かせてくれるんだい？
I could perform any piece I have sufficiently. Wow, never said that before. At least not. Yeah, I haven't said that before because it is sufficiently, isn't it? God damn it. I have sufficiently practice. I answered, and then began preparing my fortel. Although I only came a few times a year, visiting Ninna's house to perform for her had become somewhat of a customary routine. Ninna often... Oh god, I have to gain my composure as I'm still giggling about my own idiocy. Woo! I'm stupid. But I didn't know I was that stupid. Okay, here we go. Ninna often went to recitals like the ones held in the concert hall, so it was a little embarrassing for us students to perform for her. But Ninna always looked forward to these visits. So, besides simply recalling the past, I played the fortel whenever I dropped by.
それなら、この前弾いてくれた曲、あれはなんて言ったかね。
この前って、それだけじゃわからないよ。おばあちゃんのこの前は何年も前のことだっておかしくないんだから。
In that case, how about playing all the pieces we've ever played here?
いつになく乗り気だね。めんどくさいとか言わないなんて偉いじゃない。
I'm always serious.
そうだね。クリスはいつだって真面目だものね。
Hey, don't laugh, lady. That is not nice. Poor Chris. Yeah, it's true though.
え？
No, sorry. I lied. I had expected Torta's complaints, but having it affirmed like that made me feel embarrassed. Or rather, ashamed.
二人が演奏してくれるのなら、私は何でもいいよ。
謝るくらいなら言わなければいいのに。
It's all because your reaction was too slow.
人のせいにしないでよ。
Torta struck my side with her elbow, and then began singing. Ooh, today's a good reading day, I'm already realizing that. And then began her singing preparations.
とりあえず簡単な反省練習は済ませてるから、こっちはいつでもいいよ。
Well, that was short. Okay. I'm almost done as well. Ninna slowly entrusted her body to the chair, making herself comfortable for the upcoming performance. Somehow, even that minor gesture around nostalgia within me. Feeling slightly remorseful for not visiting in such a long time, I pledged to myself to perform more earnestly than ever today. For starters, I lightly traced my fingers along the keyboard and struck a note. That is one note for a fortel? Impressive. The crystalline sound of my fortel reverberated through the room, prompting Ninna to turn slightly toward me. The house itself was large, and in this area there was no one who would regard a musical performance as an annoyance. I slightly adjusted my position to make sure Ninna would be able to hear it. Well, then turned to face Torta. Excluding practice for the graduation recital, without opportunities like these, I would almost never get to play together with her. So I was a little bit nervous. Anytime you're ready.
じゃあ私も知ってる曲を適当にお願い。
Got it. Ah. So, I see. God damn it, why am I speaking German? Okay, so that was exhaling. Oh god, wait, let me try that again. First inhaling, now exhaling. There we go. That didn't sound as creepy. Exhaling deeply, I looked Torta straight in the eye. We didn't need any words to signal the start. I inhaled some air to synchronize with her respiration, then gently started playing my keyboard. First, we played some famous pieces we had learned after coming to the institute. Ninna sat motionlessly, as though she had fallen asleep, simply letting her body be overtaken by the waves of the sound. But after less than an hour, our repertoire was exhausted, and we had to resort to playing pieces we picked up here and there, and pieces we learned when we were small. Even so, as long as Tarta knew these songs, there wasn't much of a problem. But at times, I would start a piece she didn't know the lyrics of, and continued playing without breaking off, provoking a laugh from Ninna. And afterward, Tarta would get mad at me. But those moments were more amusing in their own way, and I felt as though it were the first time I had genuinely enjoyed the performance in quite a while. The time the three of us spent relaxing after dinner had gone by in the blink of an eye. As for what we talked about, it was naturally about all of my endeavors. Ninna was inquisitive about the smallest of things that even Tarta didn't know of, and before I noticed, I had been absorbed in the conversation until late at night. Ah, it's getting a little late. I'd better go home soon.
クリス、今日は本当にありがとう。
Nah, I'm sorry for not coming more often. Without realizing it, I had relaxed my manner of speech as well. I always tried to be very polite every time I came here, but then inevitably messed up when it was about time to go home.
無理はしないで、好きな時に来ればいいんだからね。
I will, I answered honestly. Ninna gently nodded, then grabs my hand one final time. If she had told me to come again soon, I would probably have pledged to do so with a smile on my face. But since the relationship between Tarta and I was a bit complicated right now, I found myself unable to propose this myself.
じゃあまた明日だね。
At the front door, Tarta continued to me in a whisper, so only I could hear it.
今日はありがとう。
Yeah, see you tomorrow. After one last healthy intake of the nostalgic air in the house, I went outside. The incessant rain felt cold to the touch, so I put my coat back on tightly, then hurried along the road home.
遅い。
I'm home. Sorry I'm late.
あるへの返事は間に合うの？
You're worried about the ensemble, not the letter, aren't you?
うん。
Sorry, but I'll have to pass today. I'm exhausted.
もう何言ってるのよ。さっさと返事書いて。
Taking tomorrow into consideration, I'll have my hands full just writing the letter.
本当にダメなの？
We'll do it twice as long next time, okay?
せっかく待ってたのに。
Like I said, I'm really sorry about that.
ひーだ。
There was nothing I could do about it. Besides, it wasn't like it had to be on Sunday. I could perform with her for a bit tomorrow as well. Sorry, Forney. I didn't know if she was still listening, but I told her so in a tiny voice, then decided to forget about the matter for the time being. Well then. Although I had been deep in talk at Tarta's place, I had eaten until my belly was full, and now I had to make effort not to fall asleep on the spot. Looking at the pretty writing of the letter, a sense of relief overcame me, and I became sleepy once again. To make myself a bit more comfortable, I lay down on my bed before reading the letter.
クリス、そちらは今もやっぱり雨が降っているんでしょうね。
Why are you always asking that?
先週降った雨もすぐに止んで、またこっちは白々しいくらいのお天気です。止まない雨というのはどんな気分なのか、時々考えてみたりもします。もし少しだけでもこっちに分けてもらえるなら喜んで引き受けてあげるのに、そんなこと言うなんてバカみたいだって笑うクリスの顔が見えた気がします。
I'm actually right now, having the face off. Are you writing the same stuff again and again? If you can fill a picture, why don't we split up? And you take your hottest sister? Yeah. But really, she always starts out with this rain nonsense. I mean, I know it's raining all the time and that is not normal. You know, it is what it is.
でも、それが素直な気持ち。卒業演奏のパートナーはどう？やっぱりこの話題になっちゃうけど、今一番重要なことだから許してね。別にトルタのことだけじゃなく、 たとえ誰になったとしても卒業に関わるような大切なことだもんね。早くいい人が見つかって練習にも身が入るといいね。そればっかりじゃあまりにも寂しいので、今度は私の方の話も少し書くことにします。
Now that actually sounds good.
このパン屋に私が勤め始めたのはクリスたちが学院に入ったのと同じ時期だから、もう2年半以上が経ったことになるね。
I mean, thanks for the information, but I assume Chris is probably aware.
細かい報告はしていたけど正式にはまだだったかな。とにかく今は私も最初から最後まで一人で焼くところまで任されるくらいになりました。
Wait, what? She has not told him officially? Details, I guess. I'm working. I never told you officially, but I told you, kinda. Oh man. Anyway.
とっても忙しい毎日だけど充実していて、それだけはクリスにも負けないくらいだと思うよ。
Well, if you say so, lady.
いつか私の作った美味しいパンをクリスに食べさせてあげられたらいいな。その日が来るのを楽しみに待っています。アリエッタ。
Boy, oh boy, poor Ari. Poor Ari. Is the bread she creates as tasteful as whatever Val cooked for Chris? What in the world did she cook again? Pasta? Lasagna? Pizza? No, it's not pizza. I would remember that. Huh. Anyway, is it as good as her cooking? Is probably what is going on in Chris's mind right now. This goddamn cheater. Bread made by Arietta, huh? Since I was full, I didn't really want to think about food, but I felt something like that could still manage to fit. Forney. I left the letter next to my pillow and muttered. Wake me up a little earlier tomorrow. I can't write a reply anymore. Burying my face in my pillow, the border of the dream world was already in sight. Good night.
起きなさい。
I had a feeling someone was yelling in my ear, telling me to wake up. It seemed the remainder of my fatigue hadn't dissolved quite yet. I didn't want to open my eyes, much less get up, as I still felt sluggish.
もうクリスが起こせって言ったんでしょ。
12 of December. As I slowly opened my eyes, a miffed-looking Forney standing by my bedside came into view. Morning. Is it that late already? I flitted my eyes to the clock behind the angry sprite. It's only barely past 9. I can sleep for 30 more minutes.
だからクリスが言ったんじゃない。
She pulled my ear with all her might. Of course, she had the strength of a little fairy. I didn't feel much.
起きなさい。
I get it. Don't shout at my ear like that.
だいたいまだあるへの手紙。
Ah. Come to think of it, I stayed at Nina's place until late yesterday and fell asleep right after reading the letter. Having suddenly recalled everything, I scanned my bedside, but the letter I was sure I had left there was gone.
手紙ならクリスがくしゃくしゃにしないように机の上に置いておいたよ。
Oh, thanks.
ほら、早く起きて手紙書いて、今日もしっかり練習してらっしゃい。
Now, who taught you to speak like that? Actually, she'd been that way since I first met her. What she said seemed like something Tata would say. Oh well. Anyway, thanks for waking me up.
もうクリスは
私がいないと何もできないんだから。
Well, actually, you can't do anything without me, because I'm master of disaster. And right when I'm saying that, I'm fucking up. Ah! Okay, what do we need to press? Ah, there we go. Jesus, always when I'm trying to show off, something goes wrong. That's actually a good lesson for your life, kids. If kids are watching. If so, where the fuck are your parents? Nothing?
何も。
I see. I was thinking about doing an ensemble with you when I got back, but somehow I really don't feel like it anymore.
嘘だ。
Oh, I don't mind if you think I'm lying. It was just a thought in the first place, and now I don't feel like it anymore. Huh? I had expected her to apologize and be done with it. What are you being stubborn about?
貼ってないもん。
I think such a reply is proof in itself you're being stubborn. Had I been teasing her too much since last night? I was starting to feel a bit sorry for her, so I decided to give up. Never mind. I'm sorry.
いいだ。
Forney seemed to be quite upset, but that was rather cute in its own way. As I pondered mean things like leaving her in an angered state for a while longer, I decided to focus on my primary objective for now, my reply to Ari. When I got up and walked to my desk, I heard Forney make a tiny sound behind me. What?
なんでもない。
What? Spit it out.
だからなんでもないって。
Forney didn't want to say it, but I understood what she wanted. She wanted me to carry her to her favorite seat in front of the window. Come on.
あ、
I grabbed her side with my thumb and index finger and popped her down on the window frame.
ちょっと。
This is what you wanted, right?
いいけどさ。
Listen, I apologize for last night, and for teasing you just now. But you know, I don't think anyone can do everything themselves. Sure, if you weren't there to wake me up, I would likely oversleep a lot. But without my help, you wouldn't be able to reach high places, would you? That is why it's wrong for you to say that. Above all, it takes two to perform an ensemble.
もう、わかったよ。
Thanks. Then I guess I'll go write my letter now. Forney shifted her gaze to the outside world and started humming, something she often did when in a good mood. Feeling relieved, I pulled a clean sheet of paper from the drawer and sat down behind my desk. Thankfully, it looked like Ari was doing just fine on her end. In her early letters, she often wrote that she was having difficulties in that place she never officially mentioned. I often grumbled that I couldn't get used to living here at the Institute as well, but I somehow managed to hold out until now. I could confidently say that was the result of being supported by the people around me, like Forney, Tota, Asino, and Miss Cordell. Ari had to have people like that as well. Thinking about her friends, who didn't appear much in her letters, I started writing my reply. I mean, you could ask about it.
終わった？そろそろ時間だよ。
Forney told me after glancing at the clock, back in high spirits once more. Don't worry, I'm done. I'll be right on time if I leave now. Thank you for waking me up.
やっぱりクリスには私がいないとね。
She had slightly altered her choice of words. I had to agree with her this time. You're right. I answered jovially and began preparing to leave. I'm off.
いってらっしゃい。今日は早いんでしょ？
Probably, but even if I'm not, I will keep my promise.
わかってる。
So you'll probably get drunk with Asino and you won't keep your promise. Because that is what you do, Chris, you evil. Ah, I was about to say, it just said in the upper right corner that time didn't change. I was about to say, but now it's 13:25. That makes sense. I finished my usual morning session and spent time with Tota in the cafeteria. Well then, what should I do now? Well, it is Monday. Yeah. Again, so many options. I wonder who this is in the middle of the place. I bet it was mentioned, but I forgot. But because of Everlasting Summer's nostalgia, I decided it's Lenin. Actually, Lenin wasn't like the person in Everlasting Summer. Who was that again? Wasn't it like a character from Neon Genesis Evangelion or something? Okay, I just decide for myself. It's Lenin, obviously, in Italy. Okie dokie, so we go again to the practice room. I decided not to meet anyone today, and to simply practice on my own. So that when I did meet someone, I could put on an even better performance. That was sort of my reasoning. I should decide first whether to play some piece from start to finish, or just practice in tidbits here and there. Well, we practice without playing a piece again, because he'll just play again stuff we already played. And that is kind of unnecessary. Time to go home. It was getting late. After cleaning up the practice room, I went home. See if we meet someone. Ah, okay, so we don't even see them playing their piece, huh? Just go to the next day. Yeah, okay, I'm fine with that. Well then, what should I do now? Well, this time, answer is pretty obvious. We go to Fall, who so far is best girl. But to be honest, except for Tata, we didn't really get to know other people all that much. So who knows, maybe Asino's best girl. I mean, he has a route. He has a route. So, you know, we never know. I dragged my feet toward the practice room, where Fall was waiting for me. How many times would this make it in the past month? Granted, since she wasn't always available, it wasn't like I came here every day. Still, we've spent a relatively large amount of time together. I entered the room after gently knocking, which would have been barely audible inside at the best. Hello? I called out to the girl from the back. She was in the middle of singing her usual song.
Ah, konnichiwa.
Fall answered without averting her eyes from the score, as though she'd been expecting me. I was always happy whenever she turned around to greet me, but having an easygoing relationship like this wasn't that bad either. Little small note. God damn it, this goddamn musical note never stays where I want it to stay. By the time she finished the final verse, I was already seated behind my fortel, ready to begin. I figured she had wrapped up her vocal exercises, so we could probably start right away.
どうする？とりあえず合わせる？
Nope, I just came to look at you. You know, that would actually not be like, wouldn't be the worst line of flirting, now that I think about it. Like, so, care to play together for a bit? I actually just came to look at you. Wait, no, we can do this better. I actually just came to look at you. I just actually came to look at you. No, that sounds like Grandpa. I don't. Anyway, sure, I answered, lightly striking my keyboard at the same time.
わかった。
Huh? The scene before me gave me a sense of déjà vu. Did something like this happen before? Obviously with someone other than Fall. The smell of a slightly musty music room. A room with dense air, putting pressure on my eardrums. The peculiar air of the music classroom I used to attend when I was small came back to me distinctly. Ooh! At any given time, there would be people playing the piano, or singing, or both. Even if someone entered the room, the music would incessantly continue to permeate it. And before I knew it, I was there, practicing in those performances. And we're back to reality. I finally returned from my lengthy reverie. While I could indulge in Torta's presence, I feared Fall might have been bothered by it. But upon shifting my gaze toward her, I found the girl smiling at me silently. While I seriously doubted she shared Torta's sentiments, she didn't seem upset or even bothered by it at all.
さあ、始めましょうか。
Yeah, I mean, she knows you're the main character, so obviously from time to time, you're with your thoughts somewhere else. Didn't you watch Scrubs? And so I began my performance without a word. Ah. Okay, we're doing this again, huh? Well, since it's the same thing again, we'll cut it out again. Hey, and we is back.
いい感じね。
Yeah, sure it was. Sound like always, because the computer is placed the same way all the time. And you, lady, are so perfect that you sing great all the time. Still not my favorite song, but that's not because of you. Fall stated with evident satisfaction, even before the lingering notes of the tune had died out. Since I felt the same way, I could answer her without needless modesty. You're right.
完璧とまでは言えないけど、今の時点でこれ以上は望めないくらいね。
Her joyous vibes were starting to transfer to me. And at the same time, some slight frustration and confusion welled up within me, albeit faint enough to go unnoticed to Fall. I wondered whether I was supposed to ask her to be my partner now. Ari fully expected me to team up with Torta. I feared that in itself would constitute betrayal toward Ari. No? Yes, now I didn't even think about that. That's actually a good point, Chris. Huh. That's actually a good point. I mean, I guess Ari doesn't think that Torta has the hots for Chris' son here. And that might be, she thinks like, it's a safe bet when it's my sister. But she doesn't know that her sister is an asshole. And that is very complicated. Very complicated. And I have no experience with that, because honestly nothing like that ever happened to me in high school. Or are they in college? No, wait. They're in college, right? Yeah, they're in college. Why am I talking about high school? Yeah, it's the usual setting. So, but still, like, I never was in a situation like this, at least. No, I never was. So, what shall we do? I mean, we're on the Fall route, so we go with Fall. But I don't know what I would do in real life in that situation. Anyway, I feared that in itself would constitute betrayal toward Ari, which is the reason why I decided to seek someone else. Oh, you think Torta is betrayal to Ari? No, that actually doesn't make sense. On the other hand, it makes sense again if you think about the fact that everyone thought Torta and Chris would be a couple. Man, this is fucking complicated. This is fucking complicated. That is why I don't bother with all this, like, telenovela romance drama. I'm not born for this shit. Hallelujah. That's why I watch wrestling. Two dudes, hey, I hate you. And I think I'm better than you. Yeah, well, then let's fight. Then they fight and one guy wins and one guy loses. Boom. I mean, okay, if you watch WWE and shit like that, okay, not everything is shit in WWE, obviously, but it's not really the wrestling I'm too much into. Then you also have this telenovela bullshit. But I like my wrestling simple, and it's usually like I'm better than you, and I'm going to prove it in a match. Boom. Nothing complicated about it. Anyway, I think this is a complicated situation. Just do what feels right, Chris. Just do what feels right. But what if the result of that effort would reach the same outcome?
Chris-san?
Huh?
今日はどうしたの？考え事が多いみたいだけど。
It's a bad habit of mine to get lost in thought. My friends often tell me as well. I didn't mean to ignore you or anything. Sorry.
全然気にしてないから。ただ、何か悩み事だったら相談に乗れるかもね。
How about you don't be so cute and disturb me? No, wait, not disturb me. Fuck. I fucked that up. No.
遠慮してるの？私たちは。
We are not partners. That was the condition on which we were practicing like this. She was a candidate, a substitute for a certain other individual. But things couldn't stay that way forever. Could we really keep up this ambiguous relationship any longer? I would ultimately cause a great deal of trouble, not just for myself, but for Fall as well.
私たちは友達でしょ？
Right.
もちろんパートナー候補でもあるけどね。でも それが何らかの理由でダメになったとしても、それで友達じゃなくなることはないんじゃないかな。
Don't be like this. You're way too good for Chris. What do you see in this man? Go for Asino. He isn't into girls though. You could try at least. There's better men out there. Friends, huh?
それともまだ会ったばかりで友達っていうのは。
No, that's not it. In fact, I'm happy that you consider me your friend.
ありがとう。
Her declaration had managed to promptly erase all of my anxiety. Fuck! Anxious! Anxiety. I hate English. I hate it. This makes no sense, and I do this all the time. I swear to God, I forgot who told me, but whoever told me that I'm saying anxiety wrong the whole time. You fucked me up for life, bro. It was someone in Clanat, I don't remember who it was, but you fucked me over for life. I will never get this right. Of my anxiety, as though she had been able to read my mind. And while it had taken a load off my shoulders, I was still lost on whether or not to tell her about Ari. The story Tata told me about partners easily falling in love with each other was still tugging at my mind. I have a girlfriend, actually. I somehow felt that saying that would come across as more than a little arrogant. Yeah, that is, on the other hand, that is not complicated. That is actually pretty easy. When you talk about stuff, you ask her about, so what is your home like? Yeah, then you listen for her to 10 minutes and then you, oh yeah, at home, I was there with Tarta and Ari, comma, my girlfriend, full stop. And then you go on talking like it's the most natural thing in the world. And then you might destroy her heart a little, but that is the right thing to do.
癖、本当なんだね。
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Chris has also talking someone in his ear who talks like a lot. So he is often gone for a long time. Nope.
覚えておくね。それでどうする？今。
Whoops. Good idea. There isn't much time left until the recital.
あ、そういえば私の場合曲は変わらないけど、クリスさんはパートナーが変われば練習しなくちゃいけない曲も変わるんだよね。
That would be the case, but I'm practicing those pieces during private lessons in the morning. And besides, I don't have that many other candidates.
そっか。でもそのうち決めないとダメかもね。
Yeah, you're right.
なんか催促してるみたいだったね。ごめん。私の方はいつでもいいから。
Lady, you have all the right to rush him though. Okay, thanks.
じゃあ練習続けよっか。
Sure. And thus, the practice room became saturated with music once again. Sometime later.
じゃあまたね。
Do you have something to do now?
うん。ちょっと用事があって、今日は一緒に帰れないんだ。
Don't tell me it's yet another job. She had to work, she had to practice. Just thinking about it made my head spin.
まあね。でも好きでやってることが多いから。
I'm sure they are, but...
そうなの。じゃあ私はこれで。またね。
Okay. Until next time. We spontaneously agreed to see each other again. Of course, it didn't have that deep of a meaning. It was just a common way for friends to part. But perhaps I should have been surprised at the fact that it went so naturally. Although she'd said we were friends, we were probably just friends out of convenience. If our relationship wasn't directly tied to the possibility of becoming partners, would she still consider me her friend? I stopped that train of thought the moment I realized it was a rather pointless one. I couldn't even imagine what I'd do after graduating from the institute. There might come a sudden event after which I'd never meet Fall again. For instance, if I decided on Tata to be my partner. Although, of course, it could be Lise as well. You know, that sentence makes no sense. Because you saw her once. Just a tiny thing. I guess, yeah, I know I'm being an overcritical asshole because you have to write a million things for a visual novel depending on what way you write it. But this was not fitting here. If that happened, would Val still smile and call me her friend? Such were the thoughts going through my head as I watched the girl hurriedly stride down the corridor of the secondary school building. Hey man, life's not easy. Life's not easy. But you should decide soon who you're going to go out with and stuff. Not going to go out with. Jesus, I'm stupid. Who you're going to play with. But I guess that is the same thing as going out with her. Oh, we can go again left. But she won't be there. Or maybe she will. Either or. Little Lenin statue here says we've got to do this next episode. And we've got to obey the will of Little Lenin statue. That's how things are here. So, thank you everybody for watching. Come back to the next episode. And I'll see you then. Bye bye.